Welcome to Ink and Magic, a podcast where we read and discuss the writing craft, world building, and romance of paranormal and fantasy novels.
If you love books with bite, set in worlds of magic and mayhem, then you're in the right place. My name's Nikisha Shanae. I go by an S.
And I'm Leslie. I write as L. Penelope. And welcome to the show.
Leslie, it's you.
And as it's you, we're back. And we have a special celebrity guest.
Oh my gosh, we always have celebrity guests, but this time it's really and truly a celebrity because today we have our mastermind third part of our amazing triangle. Cerise Rennie Murphy is with us today. Hi, Cerise.
Hey, everybody. Nice to see you guys. I can't believe it.
Yes, I know.
It's Saturday at 9:30.
I know, which is normal mastermind time. This is normally the time that we see us. We're so thankful that we don't do video with this podcast because we look the way that we normally look as well. Unwashed, in ratty clothes, hair
still somehow gorgeous.
That's right. That's right. We're just killing it.
You guys are welcome for the non-visuals. But before we get into Mastermind, I want to tell you how amazing this person is that we have on today. Cerise is a national best-selling and award-winning author, and she published her debut novel, The Order of the Seers, in 2011. And since then, she's published 12 speculative fiction novels, short stories, and children's books, including her released In the Garden of Light and Shadows, The Chronicle of Ada St. James. Cerise is also the founder of Virtuous Con, which is an online sci-fi and comic culture convention that celebrates the excellence of BIPOC creators in speculative fiction. Cerise is the recipient of Black Pearl Magazine's Author of the Year Award for Children's Literature, the National Bestsellers designation from the African American Literature Book Club, and the Science Fiction Writers of America's Kate Wilhelm Soltis Award for significant contributions to the science fiction, fantasy, and related genres community. Created in 2008, Cerise joins the ranks of distinguished previous Solstice Award winners, including Petra Mayer, Carl frickin' Sagan, Octavia Amazing Butler, and Gardner Dozier. Welcome, Miss Sereni Reese. Sereni. Welcome, Cerise Rennie Murphy.
After all of that, I didn't know you were going to read it. I don't know what I was thinking.
Some of that I didn't. I've known you for how many years? And some of that I did not know.
Right? Yeah, keeping secrets. All of the accomplishments. We want to hear all of the accomplishments.
Oh, wow. Well, I think we just read them all. So now my jaw is tight. No feelings.
Guys, the reason that so why am I calling you Sereni?
I don't know. God. Let's go with that today.
Never ever happened. No.
It's never happened, but I kind of like it.
Sereni.
It's better than Cersei. Although, I am low-key. I respect her, though I don't like her. But anyway,
we all respect her.
Let's go.
The reason that Cerise is with us today is because we wanted to talk to you guys about masterminds and how impactful they can be, not just for your professional life, but for your personal life too. Leslie and I started doing masterminds. I remember like when in time, but not the date that we started doing this.
Yeah, I don't know if I could tell you the date, but it was somewhere around 2012, I want to say.
Sounds good.
And okay, for people who don't know what a mastermind is, how would you describe what a mastermind is?
So mastermind, they come in a lot of different flavors. Masterminds can be when you have a guru. My mouth isn't working today. It's when you have a guru who, or some type of leader who is trying to show you the way of doing something, maybe business, maybe personal or spiritual. You have a guide. A mastermind could also be a group of like-minded individuals trying to help each other up to the next level. Those are really the two ways that I've seen it done. And that's the way that we do it. We are like-minded individuals who are helping to keep each other accountable, to be a sounding board, and also to be a shoulder to cry on or a fist pump to cheer, or in the case of Leslie and Cerise, to twerk for.
For accomplishments. Twerking for accomplishments is how we roll.
Right.
So yeah, we wanted to bring you all in to our mastermind session to show you how it goes. We highly recommend, if you don't have a writing community, since writing is so solitary, to create something like this. This exists because we created it. We made it. It didn't exist before that. So it's very possible for you to find cool people who you vibe with and want to encourage and grow with and create your own.
Some mastermind communities, they like come together for a purpose and then they're done. Ours has been going on for 10 years.
Yeah, at least. Maybe longer.
Maybe longer. We can't remember. Time is a construct.
We really
We
can't.
can't remember exactly when this started, but it's gone on for that long. And we have witnessed each other grow. We have witnessed each other's businesses change, our lives change. And it's really great in the solitary creative career to have someone or to have two someones with you. So we're going to get into our mastermind, but let me give you an overview of how we do ours. It's 3 parts that we work with. We start with news, just kind of updating what's been happening since last we met, and we usually meet every week. Then each person gets a spotlight. You determine how long. We say it's 20 minutes. We never clock ourselves.
I
But
didn't even know that. Yeah.
Originally, it was 20 minutes, but then it's gone on so long. It's just like,
Are you finished? No? Okay, keep going. But the spotlight is you talk about maybe you need help with something. Maybe you want to bounce ideas off. Maybe you have a plot issue. Maybe you have a business issue. Maybe you just need to talk about some crazy stuff that's happened, whatever. And then we end with goals. So that's the structure that we're going to follow today. And welcome you all to our weekly writing mastermind. With that said, does anybody have any news? And silence is often a part of it as we think about what did I tell them before? What have I told them? Leslie?
so I have been talking about my year of no, 2025 being my year of no, right? Because I said yes way too many times.
Mhm.
And even up until a couple weeks ago when I agreed to do another workshop next weekend, which puts me at 2 events next weekend where I was
Oh,
like,
that's kind of my fault, isn't it?
it is your fault. I'm blaming you. But I have successfully been saying no to more things for next year. So I was invited to speak at a conference next year, and I was like, my year of no. And it is getting easier each time to say no.
But
So
it's not your year of no, it's your year of hell yes.
exactly, my year of hell yes. No slash hell yes. But yes, we can reframe it to a more positive frame. Like if it's not a hell yes, then it should be a no. I think that's from Derek Sievers. So yeah, it's getting easier. And hopefully I'll recognize what the hell yeses are, but it's getting easier to say that it's not a hell yes. So that's part of my news. I had a little breakthrough with the story that I'm writing, and I had an idea for a title. I've been thinking about titles, and I had an idea that, so this is my 1999, thriller, kidnap people with powers story. And I had this idea that my sisters, originally it was an older sister sees her younger sister kidnapped. The next day, no one remembers her younger sister existed. But I think they need to be twins. That was my brainstorm of the week.
Ooh,
It opens up a lot of possibilities if they are actually twin sisters. And one is chronically ill, one is dealing with sickle cell, and the other one is trying to be a ballerina. And so we have the guilt over a twin being healthy and the other one being ill, and then all of the associated things that I was already dealing with. But like when you raise them to twins and they have this bond, and if your twin disappears and no one remembers your twin, and it's like you're the only one, it's just
that
even more
raises the
powerful.
stakes. That's
Yeah.
good, Leslie. Wait, this is reworked Book of Secrets?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The book previously known as Book of Secrets.
Okay. All
So
right.
Which she wrote over 10 years ago.
I did write the first because the Book of Secrets, yeah. I have all these books that I was like spinning off other books. So it was a spin-off. Wait, it was a spin-off of a book that never came out, which was the Third Angel book that I have a draft of and never published.
Are
And
you gonna publish
similarly,
that?
and I was recently rereading the draft that I have, and I really like parts of it, but it's
I
just
loved it, if
broken.
anybody cares.
It was never finished. I had 2 different openings, and I was trying to do something I wasn't skilled enough at the time to do. And so my Savage City was originally a spinoff of that Third Angel book, as was Book of Secrets. And these 2 different spinoffs of this book that never came out. And I did finish Savage City, thank goodness, and took it away from that. And so this is just another thing that I've been working on for 10 years, and it's finally going to come out. So maybe eventually that Third Angel book that has been around for 10 years will come out too. I have hopes. I have high hopes.
My fingers are crossed for that. Do you have any news to share, Miss Murphy?
I don't think so. Oh no, I have news. So my book is In the Garden of Light and Shadow is on sale all the places for $1.99, and I have been tracking not the sales but the ranking. I will track the sales. Why? Because it's easier. Okay, so this is a spotlight.
Yeah, this is spotlight.
So anyway, Leslie, I stacked all the promos for the book over the next 2 weeks.
Okay, excellent.
So what I did learn is that just reducing it already like raised it in the ranking, which I didn't assume because I didn't necessarily, advertise it before. Like, you have to put it on Amazon to make sure it gets on time.
Mhm.
So the promo really started on the 28th, but it was $1.99 from Monday, and I saw the ranking go up even then.
Because the sales went up.
Well, but like, how would anybody know? Because I didn't really say anything. So that
People,
was
they
surprising.
search. There are people that search, and I'm sure there's little, what are they called? Spiders?
Bots or something.
Bots or
That
whatever.
search
Well,
for
obviously, I know none of that. So I was just like, oh wow, I wasn't expecting that. So anyway, obviously, Thursday and Friday pretty busy, but I did have a chance to check the rankings. So I am going to be going back and like tracking the sales across the different platforms and stuff. But it is, and it's going, and yeah.
So we're recording this 2 days after Thanksgiving.
Yes.
So part of it's
sorry,
Black Friday.
Maybe.
Oh no, it's fine. It's just this will come out in the future at some point. So.
There you go. Yeah. So I'm starting to track it. So by Sunday, I will sit down and look at like what the sales were before and all of that. So
Okay.
I'll be tracking. So there will be a spreadsheet.
Okay.
Ooh, a spreadsheet.
Well, Nikisha and I talked about making sure that everybody, that I know like how much I'm making from each promo, so I can see which one.
Thank you. That's why I want you to track the sales.
I know, but the ranking is kind of indicative of the sales. Yes,
the ranking is Amazon only.
Right. I know. I gotta go, but you know how it is. Anyway, so
she did it. She promo stacked.
I promo stack. Let's one goal at a time.
What you can do maybe is sign up for Scribe Count and just have it automated, because it goes back in time for all of the retailers and tracks your sales. I use Scribe Count and I only sign up for it once a quarter because they charge, they started charging. It used to be free. And so when they started charging, I was like, I don't track my sales that heavily, but once a quarter, I'll sign up for a month. I will download all the sales. It will update all of my history of sales, and then I will cancel it, and then I will do it again the next quarter.
Well, I never even heard of that. So that may be my jam, especially since I'm going to be doing a promo each quarter.
Ooh, nice.
That's right. This is part of my Cerise is getting her life together, her online life together. So, yes. Anyway, so I just wanted you to know that I had at least looked each day.
Thank you. I really appreciate this.
I appreciate you. I have
because not everybody tracks sales every day. I can't remember the last time I looked at my dashboard. So,
she doesn't even have a track them. You still have that little ringer every time a sale. You still have that?
No, I do not have book reports chime on any longer. No, that was early days. That was like 10 years ago.
I still remember
so
it.
Obnoxious.
It was cute.
It was
and it was but it was motivating for you.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the other thing. It's not necessarily motivating for me, but I do want to learn. I realize there's a methodology to this, and so I have to get myself into the methodology. Whether it's motivating to me or not is not the point. I need the information.
Yeah, you do.
Data.
So, anywho, that's what's going on with that, and I think that's the big news. Again, I'm going to start writing the book soon, but I don't. Now that I have
of the trilogy.
Yeah, book 2 of the trilogy. Now that the outline is complete, I've let it sit and marinate. Added some more things, but I think I'll be ready to write in the next week or so.
I'm so excited about that.
Yay.
Yes, and I've been trying to train myself on book.
On what?
On the tablet you gave a book.
Oh, yeah.
Thing, whatever. Yeah, I've been trying to train myself on that so that I skip the step of having to translate the handwritten notes to
because Cerise
words.
writes her books by hand.
What's book?
So book is a tablet. I have a Remarkable. It's like a similar, it's not an iPad. It's just a tablet, no
Yes.
color, but it does have apps on it. It's like an Android kind of tablet, but it does handwriting really well. Like I'm not describing this well.
It's like Remarkable, but it's not Remarkable.
Exactly. And yeah, so it will take your handwriting and be able to turn it into text. So if you write a book by hand, instead of doing it in a notebook, if you do it on this tablet, then it will skip the step where you have to either retype it or dictate it or however you were getting it into the computer. I don't even know.
Yeah, it was a combination of both, and it would just take so long. So this time, I'm really trying to. I'm not loving it yet, though.
I mean, it's not your normal process, and it might not work, but it's worth a shot. It's worth at least.
I feel like it's worth a shot because it could literally. Last time it took me like 3 months.
Oh my gosh!
Because there was so much going on.
Yeah,
that was a crazy time. But I don't want to do that. I want to try to get this out, and if I can skip 3 months of dictating, and so anyway, that's my news.
Oh, me. My news is part of my spotlight, and my news is that I have become an adult toy distributor.
Congratulations!
Very much.
Oh my gosh. I was thinking about you the other day and the knots. I was like, what is she going to do with that?
Like wolf knotting? Like a wolf.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of that,
yeah, the class she took where she
Shibari class.
Oh, Shibari.
So
we were talking about two different things.
That was
I don't
funny.
know what wolf knotting is.
Yeah, that's another conversation, which is funny because the book that I am going to tell you guys about with my whole new Books with Bob series is called Naughty or Nice, spelled Knotty. And someone was like, there were no wolves in this book. And I just started.
That's false advertising.
It's not. It's about Shibari. But okay.
We're going to assume if you're talking about knots and romance. So
it wasn't a wolf on the cover.
I'm lost. If anybody else is lost, you're with me. What? Why are there knots and wolves?
Wolf shifters, when they have sex, wolves and other animals, apparently the base of the penis expands when it's inside. So it knots. And it can't come out. And so that's a big part of some romance shifter world. So knotting is when they have sex and with their mate, it knots, they can't pull out. They're stuck together for an hour or so.
Yeah.
Knotting.
That's the thing.
Which is what I thought she was talking about. But she's actually talking about Shibari now. She's stopping these.
Dirty mind, Leslie. I love it. Usually I'm the dirty mind in this group. So, but I love company. So that's fine. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say. Romance,
y'all, is unmatched.
Continually, you are unmatched in your ability to go there. Just wherever. I love you guys.
Well, since we're talking about this, I'm gonna take the spotlight first because this should be freaking dirty. So I had this. You guys were the ones. Okay, remember, like maybe 2 years ago, I texted you guys because I gotten this book box from Read Me Romance, which is the Alexa Riley team. And I gotten this amazing book box because one of my stories was in an anthology that they did. And they had an extra book box that they sent out to their readers. And they were like, do you want it? I was like, of course, sure, send it on. So I'm taking the books out. They had pens. They had a mug. They had stickers. I'm thrilled. And then I take out this little white box with this thing that it's like a plastic looking rose. It wasn't plastic, it was silicone. And I had no clue what it was. And I don't know if you remember, Leslie seems to remember, I sent you guys a text message with a picture of this and was like, what is this?
I don't remember that text.
I think you said, is it an eraser? And I was like, no, I don't think it's an eraser. And Leslie was like, is it a down there air freshener? Because it had like this little pink whirl going around it. But we thought it was like a cloud of perfume or something. I was like, no. And then I think Leslie was like, well, are there instructions? and I pull out the little teeny tiny paper of instructions, and I was like, it says that there's a charge. And then we were all like, oh, that's what it was.
I think you posted it on Facebook and someone told you to.
I feel
No,
like I need to
no.
look this up now on
I
Amazon.
I found the on switch because it needed to be charged, and I found the on switch, and then I knew it. I had no clue. It literally looks like this beautiful decorative rose. And those of you who have one who know what I'm talking about are probably laughing your butts off. But yeah, and I posted it online. I posted this conversation that we had online, and people were telling me about their different models, and I was like, okay, this is a thing. And so I I
I have
I
so many
put something-
questions, but we're
Yes.
recording.
So, and I just love that they did it. They didn't, I mean, I'm sure when they advertised the box, they probably told readers what was coming in it, but I didn't get any of the advertisement because I was just one of the authors and they just sent it to me. So I was like, this is brilliant. How can I do this? But then I didn't think about it for a while. And then I was at Smart Lovers Conference in Florida in September. And I met this amazing sex toy distributor, and she was telling me about how one of her clients is an author, and they purchase the toys from her and put them in the book and then sell them. And I said, I want to do that. That's brilliant. And I let it go again because I was like, I don't have time for this. But I was writing a number of books that had toys in them. And so I'm doing the special edition. I'm doing a couple of things. I'm doing the special edition of the vampire romances that I released a couple of years ago. And one of the heroes uses a toy. And I was like, oh, wouldn't it be great? And I reimagined because I'm very vague about the toy. But I'm like, this could be a rose. He could be using a rose. And I remember the distributor telling me how much she got these products for. And she was like, she could get them as low as like $5. I was like, man, if I can get those, because that's not what they retail for. If I could get them for that
I'm
low.
on Amazon. I see.
Yeah, no.
So
Oh, you're doing research as we speak.
Yeah. We're thorough. We're thorough.
So I was like, man, if I could get that toy and put it along with a special edition, one of the decadent ones with the foiling and the edge design and the not safe for work art inside with the hero using the toy. And bam, I call that woman up, that distributor up. She's like, yeah, I can get you toys. So thus was born Books with Bob's.
Battery operated boyfriend, Bob.
Thank you.
Thank you. I was just like, who is Bob?
I know. I feel like you need to explain that a little bit more on the website, but yes.
No, you saw my face. She's like,
No.
still doesn't know what's going on.
Because unfortunately, I think we are moving towards more restrictions. So I'm trying to be as safe as possible.
More puritanical restrictions.
Yeah, unfortunately.
In the current climate.
Unfortunately. Yeah. But I just launched it. The first email goes out on Tuesday. I have purchased a total of 40 toys for these boxes. 10 for each for different stories. One tentacle monster. I have some alien romance. Yes, I'll send you links.
We should really be doing this.
I don't know that I'm old enough for the tentacle one. Y'all see, this is where I'm like, wait, what? This is where y'all go to a place that I can't go.
I will show you. But
yes. But I would read your tentacle. That's you can because I still have questions. I still have so many questions.
There's so many questions.
Yeah, it's a squid looking thing with little tentacles, and it's the tentacles are like sensory, and I was like, this
your character or the toy?
Both. My character is an alien, and he's been genetically designed to please women. So this
is why if y'all aren't buying all her books, this is why you need to go ahead and buy the books.
You gotta wake up.
Wow. He's uncircumcised, and that extra skin has other properties. So yeah.
Wait,
and then
is each one uncircumcised, or is there one main one that's uncircumcised?
I don't even know what you mean.
Are there multiple appendages that are all uncircumcised?
Yeah,
the main event is uncircumcised.
The main event. Thank you for keeping it PG, because I was like, I'm trying not to say it. They're recording. I don't know what.
I have access to a beeper, but I don't.
I'm here now.
You're here now. Yeah. Wow. So think of the flower petal opening. And what was that? What was that movie with the the
The-
fish man.
Wait, the water, Shape of Water?
Yeah. And then she was like the heroine who doesn't speak. She was like, this, it opens like a flower. Like she made that hand motion, and I think that's stuck in my head.
That
Anyway,
is so
that book,
funny.
which is Dually Abducted, her dual abduction, has that kind of hero times 2. And so I found a toy that matches, and I bought 10 of them, and
You're
hopefully
about
they
to
were gone.
sell out. I hope she
I
can.
hope so. I hope
Oh,
so.
you will.
We'll see, because I'm trying to walk this slowly. I'm sending it to my newsletter list first, because I'm not sure how to advertise this on Facebook or TikTok without the Puritans clutching their pearls.
Mm.
We'll see.
Pearl clutching right now.
Books with Bobs is launching officially on Tuesday.
And this spun up within like days. This is like,
I was like, I realize I don't come to the writing in the morning, but I was like, I feel like I was up to date. But this is what the
It's new.
mastermind is. Sometimes you hear stuff you've never heard before. But I am proud of you. That sounds amazing.
I was trying to think, when did I talk to? I think I talked to the. When did I talk to her? Maybe I talked
today's
to her on
Saturday. I feel like this happened on Monday.
It's very possible.
Yeah. I know I didn't know, because I would have asked about the Bob thing earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It literally
okay.
just happened. So
We're trying to keep up. That's
she works at the
amazing.
speed of light, if you're not aware.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I love it.
Thank you. I'm very excited. Yeah, I can't remember when I talked to her, but I talked to the representative, maybe it was Monday, and she walked me through signing up as both an affiliate and a distributor. I got my affiliate and distributor permissions within an hour, and then I placed my order the next day.
Wow. I love it. I love it.
So wait, in the box will come the book, which I really want to, if this takes off, I want to make all the books decadent, like give them edge design, but just like edge design that I can get done in Ingram, and probably paperback, but maybe hardback. I'm still deciding that. Like, I'm trying to take this in steps instead of leaps. I left into the distributor, but so it comes with the book, it comes with the bob, it comes with stickers that I made myself, and some extra stickers, because I have a billion stickers. And then it comes with, I saw these really pretty, so I'm trying to make it like you'll relax. So I saw these like face masks that that women could use, and I thought that was really cool, and I found them at a really good price just on Amazon. And also the adult toy company, which is Pure Romance, they also had these moisturizers and these lotions.
Yeah, I was gonna say like lube or something, maybe.
Right? And so it's gonna come with that. So yeah. I'm very excited.
So what is the spotlight? Or this is just
That was the spotlight.
Like letting us know spotlight?
This was a letting you know that I did something.
Yeah.
Spotlight.
After we met, you made a whole new business. Got
I
it.
did.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm here for it. Yay. You're gonna sell out.
I hope so.
You'll see. Remember, I told you, as it's recorded.
So that's my spotlight. What's going on over there?
Do you have a spotlight series?
I don't think so.
You don't need to talk more about
feedback.
the
No, because I don't have the data, which I think is probably what we want to talk about. So next time. But I'll have like a week's worth of data, so we'll have juicy things to talk about.
Which promos did you use again? Do you remember?
I'm actually looking for it right now. I remember how
Order of the Seers. This was Order of the Seers.
No, Order of the Seers. Okay, so let me catch you up, Leslie, because you're looking like. All right, so I did the Fussy Librarian for the 28th. I did Robin's Reads for the 29th, and just so you know, I saw no movement at all on my rank between those two.
Which book is this again?
This is In the Garden of Light and
In
Shadow.
the garden. Oh, this was in the Garden of Light and Shadow?
Yeah, that's the one I'm doing $1.99. Remember then we talked about, do you have the
Mhm.
book 2 up? For next year, we're going to do the Wolf Queen.
Right. What category did you choose on Robin Reads?
I'm sure it was fantasy or something like that.
Okay.
That matches my experience. When I did Savage City, I had a very underwhelming promo run with several of those things. So
I was concerned about the $1.99 price point.
Yes, because Nikisha was like, it's a dead price.
It's a good price point.
why did you choose that? What made you go for $1.99?
I had seen a lot of books on sale for $1.99. And I thought, oh, okay, I guess maybe it's not 99 cents anymore. Maybe it's $1.99. And then the other thing is I thought that it was only at 99 cents that Amazon got 70%, but it's actually from $9 to $2.99. So yeah, those are the two things. It was very scientific, y'all.
How much is it? Is it usually?
It's $7.99. So it's a really good sale.
It's a good sale, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, is there a psychological thing? I don't know the difference between $1.99 and 99 cents in terms of indie sales. I know when my trad books go on sale, they only go on sale for $2.99, but they still do really well. But they're coming down from $13.99. So
Right.
maybe.
Well, I thought I was going to do a 50% off sale. Then I was like, no, let me do $1.99 because I've been seeing that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
A sale. I haven't seen a 99-cent sale in a while. But then again, I mean, I'm living in the bubble, so maybe I wouldn't see anything. And I really was confused about that 70-30.
70%.
But otherwise I would have done, but I mean, it's, 30% of $1.99 is more than 99 cents. So whatever. So
Wait,
yes.
let me pause for just a second. So
Go ahead.
have you sent to your newsletter?
I sent it to my news. I said that it would be on sale before it was on sale. So I guess I should send a reminder email.
And that becomes another data point as well. So if you send it to your newsletter, that becomes a data point. If you post it on social media, I would do this separate. Send it to your newsletter, get that clean data.
Got
And
it.
another day where you don't have a promo booked, post it to your social media and get that data.
Yeah.
Because we want to see where the needle moved, where your people are, because maybe your people are not on Robin Reads. Like when I do like the clean and wholesome romance, I get movement. When I do the spicy romance, I get movement. Those two are the only ones that I get movement.
What other things do you write?
Not well, if I put it in any other category, like if I put it in fantasy category, or if I put it in
Gotcha.
erotica category,
You don't get movement.
I don't get movement.
Gotcha.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I had planned to do a reminder email this weekend.
Okay.
So I will.
No, it'll be an announcement email.
And now, yeah, because doing something before it happens, no one's going to click anything. They're not going to remember it. So this is like, it's on sale, buy it.
Like right now.
Yes.
You make a solid point about.
And did you put the pre-order up for book 2?
No, I have not, because remember we're waiting till December because it's going to be 30.
So tomorrow.
Right. Yes.
Because you want to capture anybody. Like you could do it today because you could always roll it. You get 30 days to roll it further into the future.
Okay.
But you want anybody who reads that, you want anybody who grabs the deal, you want to send them someplace else.
Yes. This is the reason why when Akeisha and I talked last week, it was like, oh, well, but you don't have anywhere for them to go.
Right.
So it's just the promo. But I wanted to, me, I haven't done anything in a million years. And my plan was to just do something.
And you did. You did a lot. You did a lot.
I did a lot.
Yeah.
So
do you have back matter that leads somewhere, like for book 2, that you can change the link? Like, is it a smart link?
Well, I don't know what a smart link is, but I do have back matter. And now that I'm doing my own ebook for this book, I can change it and all of that stuff. So when I have the pre-order up, I'm going to put that link in the back matter and all of that.
So yeah, a smart link would be you put it in the back matter as like a bit.ly or something else, so that you don't have to change the ebook. You just change where the link points after the fact. So right now, before it's on pre-order, you could point it to your newsletter. And then when the pre-order comes up, you can just make the link go somewhere else. So it's a note for the future.
Look at that. So fancy. All right. You're like, no, Cerise. Like everybody's been doing this for a million years. I stay in the bubble for all those people who didn't know.
The thing, and just for our listeners to know, like a lot when you're doing promo, it, at least for me, I make my money on not the first book. So I can make my money on the first book. That's amazing. But I like doing free promo. I'm happy to put a first book in a series free because I will have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books afterwards, and that's how I make how I'm profitable because they buy the next books in the series. So I count the first book as a lost leader. So right now, Cerise doesn't have a lost leader because this is the very first book in this trilogy. But you're still collect. So your goal right now is exposure. It's getting new eyeballs on that book. And we think about the 7 touches, and that's one of the things we were talking about too. Is getting sometimes people need to see things 7 times before they'll take an action.
Right.
Sending to the paid newsletter is one action. Sending your newsletter is a second action. Posting social media, a third action. Then we just keep figuring out how else can we talk to these people.
That is correct. She said that last weekend.
Sage wisdom.
There you go. So Leslie, just so you're aware, so then I have Book Doggy on December 3rd. I have Book Barbarian, which I've never heard of, on the 7th, and then Bargain Booksy is on December 9th.
Nice. Okay, it's a good stack.
So
In between, you can be hitting those other things. On the off days. Yeah,
absolutely. So that is my goal.
Mm-hmm.
Write my little announcement.
Mm-hmm.
Let them
There you
know.
go.
All right. So see, there was a spotlight.
Yeah.
They have it.
A little mini light. I'm glad to see that it's moving forward and you're doing something. And yeah, like perfect is the enemy of good, which as a perfectionist, I always have to remind myself. So like you've done a lot. It's a lot. It's good.
No, I feel happy about it. I mean, because at least, like I said, I'm getting information, which is the point of, and doing something, which is, better than what I've been doing and just sort of sitting there and not knowing what to do. So then, and feeling afraid and not doing anything.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
So
love it.
Cute.
I do not have a spotlight because I'm still trying to I'm going to spend the month of December planning 2025. And as a number 3 deliberative, it's going to take me that long. So I'm planning to plan. And I've got this long list of things that I know I cannot possibly accomplish. In my mind, earlier in this year, I was like, 2025 is my 10-year publishing anniversary. In 2015, I put out 4 books. So there's the first 2 Earthsinger Chronicles, which I sold to Trad. But then those 2 Angel books came out. And I had this 3rd Angel book. I'm like, it'd be great 10 years later just to put out the 3rd Angel book. I do not know if it will be in a condition. Like I was rereading the beginning. I love the beginning. And then it starts to fall apart. So I have all these ideas about, I would love to do something serialized. And I was like, maybe I can push myself. The first couple chapters are pretty clean. And I really think they're good. If I like, okay, every week or 2 weeks or whatever schedule I do, you get a chunk of the story. And that would push me to fix it. Because I do have a draft. It's just a mess. And there's so many different parts to it. And I was trying to do book 3 is it trying to do it as a standalone? I think it needs to be a standalone because books 1 and 2 don't sell really well and they're really old. So the books 1 and 2 work as it's Angel Born and Angel Fall, and they follow 2 characters who they're parallel stories that kind of happen at the same time.
It's a duet.
Yes, it works as a duet, but there's a character in book 2 that book 3 is about, and the events of book 2 affect book 3 a lot. But I would have to retell them to make it a standalone. Which it's possible, but it's like, can I do that with the schedule that I have, the other things I'm working on? So ideally, it would be amazing to put it out in the 10-year anniversary in some way. Those books haven't been in print. I do want to put them in print. I want to recover them and put them in print, the first 2 at the very least. And it's just a matter of, is that a feasible thing for me to do? And maybe since I'm not going to be traveling every month and like doing 14 workshops every week, I can actually have time to do it.
Well, if this is a hell yes.
I think it would be great. Like the only thing is they don't sell that well. So it's like, it's more a personal thing.
But you could also, okay, so I hear you say 10-year anniversary. And whenever you're having an anniversary, the people who celebrate are your friends and family. Mm-hmm. So if you start thinking of this as a reader event, as a community builder, as fan service, that becomes the goal, not a money-making event.
Mhm.
So maybe if we reframe it.
Yeah.
I think that's true. I also think it's hard to say it doesn't sell well when you don't promote it.
I've promoted it over the years. Like Angel Born has been free a lot. I mean, not for years, but in previous years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But you know so much more now.
that's true.
And so my first question is, when's the last time you took a fresh look at it? You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
figured out what you might do with it in terms of promo or this, that, or tweak it or whatever, because you know so much more. So I don't want you to think about it like these don't sell well. You haven't tackled that with the new Leslie information. And then the second question is, what needs to be true for you to serialize book 3? Instead of thinking, can I do this?
Mhm.
Clearly want to do, or I hear that, like, it sounds like you
Yeah,
want to, then what are the things you have to put in place to be able to do it?
that's a
Because
good way to
can I
think.
do it becomes this whole, like, depending on how you feel one day at a time, like, what does the idea in your head look like? That
Mhm.
is not helpful. What would it take to do it? Then puts you in a very, like, problem solving mindset.
Mhm.
And if you want to do it, which sounds like you do,
Yeah.
figure out how you're going to be able, how you create the life that you could do it.
No, that is a good thought. That's a good thought. And I'm kind of just thinking, I've got one of the only events that I've committed to, but that I love is Imaginarium Book Festival, which is in DC. I think it's in June. And so I won't have any, well, I want to have something special edition. The goal is to have the Bliss Wars special edition as a new thing, and maybe the Angel Born paperbacks because it'll be new to them. And then and that in June, so after June, I could be like, if you've got the paperback, I can start promoting July through whenever as the serialization of book 3. So if I could write, if I could clean it up, because I can't just like serialize as I'm writing. That's not how I write. I change too many things, like big things as I go. But if I had a better idea in the first half of the year of how that third book could go, then maybe the second half of the year I could serialize it. That seems like a thing that could be doable, considering Book of Secrets that's due at the beginning of May, Lunaterra that I'm doing and publishing in May, which is shorter. Um, Another book that what I want to pitch next year, and then this. It might be possible to do.
Okay, I have to poke at, does it need to be serialized though?
It does not, but that might be a way to get me to actually do it.
Okay. Well, this is where my confusion lies, because you serializing is you finishing the book and then putting it out like chapter by chapter, but the book is finished.
Right.
Those
So
are
you
two
can't
different
write chapter by
processes.
chapter until the book is done.
I cannot write chapter by chapter and put out.
You can't release chapter
I
by
cannot
chapter.
release it if I haven't completed it. That is
Yeah.
a thing that would be terrifying for me. Not a good experience for the reader, I don't think. It's like, oh wait, in chapter 1 you said this, but now in chapter 10 it's a totally different character. I'm like, yeah, I changed it.
Well,
That's what
but there might be some. Consider this. Because the accountability works for you. Knowing that people are watching and depending on you works for you. So what if you were, even if you were like podcasting that you're doing this book and, oh, I just changed something, I've got to go back and change it. Like, with that, you know how Sarah Cannon does her like nano diaries and rough draft diaries? Like, what if you were doing that, like specifically about this book,
Mm.
but then you
I-
put out the finished product?
that could be a way to like re-energize the podcast too.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have been not podcasting and I want to, but I wanted to change it and I want it to be different than it has been, just to keep myself interested. So that I think we talked about that too, and I forgot. Yeah, that could be a thing. That's a possibility.
Mm-hmm. And
You know
vlogging it
that
when you do
people
it.
love your, I'm sorry, go ahead,
No,
Nikisha.
no, no, no. I'm just saying that vlogging what you're doing when you're doing. So it's not like you have to show up. You can choose to continue to show up every week and talk about what you did that week, or you could do a writing session. Like, I'm gonna write this part. Come back on. That didn't work out so well. This is what I changed, and this is why I changed it. And talking people through that process.
And you know what people love about the process, about the podcast, is that sort of working it out,
Yeah.
So this could be a part of that.
And it's much easier to do with a low stakes indie project. I can just show them rough drafts. I can show them, like, I could post whatever the crap I have right now. I have so many versions. That's the thing. I literally have 2 openings that I love both of them. I cannot keep both of them.
What if they were voting on it?
Ooh. Like.
That's kind of a serial kind of thing. Like, I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about that. What do you guys think? But then it has to be like immediate, because you would need that feedback for your next writing session.
That's an interesting idea. So many good ideas. Oh, I like this. This feels doable.
Because she doesn't have a spotlight, Cerise.
That's right. Well, I didn't either. You know how it is. Nobody has a spotlight.
Okay. Yeah, it could be like the Angel Rise Project or something.
My imaginary friends, the Angel Rise Project.
Yeah.
See?
Or Resurrection, the Angel Rise Resurrection.
You have a name, so it's basically done.
It's done.
It's done.
Resurrection, Angel Rise.
That's right.
You should write this down.
Well, we recorded it, so.
I know, right?
Right. That's right.
Come back and listen.
And our listeners have heard, and they're going to be looking for it. They're going to be looking for the Imaginary Friends podcast with the resurrection of Angel Rise.
That's right.
Okay. That sounds exciting. That sounds fun.
Oh, I'm glad.
Yeah.
It's not a hell no.
That's right. It might be a hell yeah.
It might be, because it's like, what can I do? I want to market. Yes. Okay. We like this. We like this.
Hey.
Okay, then. with the spotlights off, what are our goals for next week?
Goals. I have. Go on, Teresa. I had to look up my goal.
No, I was just smacking. But I can go. So I had to track the sales, because next week, like, I have a lot of promos going, obviously, to send out my announcement, not reminder. And yeah, and track the sales so that when we meet again, I have like full data on what happened, what didn't happen. Yeah.
Okay.
That's my goal.
I have a delinquent goal from last month, which is to identify artists for the special edition cover for Savage City. And I guess I could do the angel covers, the new angel covers too. I know what I want for the angel covers. I don't know what I want for special edition Savage City. And yeah, I guess I want to start planning the plan. Incorporating this into my Master 2025 plan.
There you go.
I should be getting in product within the next few days. So Bob's.
We really need to have a FaceTime about that. I'm really, no, because I have questions. I really think we do. I mean, first, just on so many levels, I feel like we need to be there to commemorate. Like,
we want to record you getting these, the unboxing. Ooh.
The unboxing of the Bobs?
Yeah. The unboxing of the Bobs.
I think that's good TikTok content.
When Nakisha becomes a sex toy mogul. Like, I think we need to be there for that.
Yes.
Oops. I don't know what I just said. I was trying to post that.
You will get comments.
Yeah. I will post I just put a link to my books with Bob on my Shopify store for Sarisa have her visual. But
wow.
That's actually not the right link. But anyway.
You're right. It's the books on the link. Well, hang on. That is not the right link. Hang on. I was doing something else.
I am still traumatized from this whole nodding.
I can't believe we haven't talked about nodding before. What is that book we just? Oh, the Allie Hazelwood book.
The Allie Hazelwood book.
I enjoy that.
Would I?
I don't know. I don't know.
Wait, if both of you, well, no, that's not true, because sometimes at least one of you has to agree, but like,
maybe not. So we have to, we curate romance novels for Cerise that she might enjoy, because we know her tastes, and maybe not. There is another one that I read that I have to find that you might actually enjoy. It's a contemporary.
See, because with that Allie Hazelwood, she'd have to be into the story, because the nodding is like a blip.
But it's nodding light. It's like it's not focused on the nodding. So I think it'd be a
Not
good
focused on
entry
the
point into
Well,
that
I
whole
could
book.
try it.
You can try it.
I
Read the
like
first
the story.
chapter,
Okay, what's the book?
Bride
Bride?
by
Mhm.
Ali
It's
Hazelwood.
By who?
Ali, Ali Hazelwood.
Okay.
Check it out.
Yeah.
All right. No, because it's the Wild Wild West out there for you guys,
Mhm.
you romance readers, y'all. I mean, I write sci-fi and fantasy. That's what I write. That's what I read. I have romance in it, but then I realize that I think we're doing something, and I find out what y'all are into, and realize that I'm over here in
You're in
vanilla
the
land.
bubble. You're in the bubble.
Yeah, I'm in that bubble. So anyway,
So yes, my goal will be to actually pack a box and show like what it looks like and have some to start to put together some copy in case. Well, not in case. When these initial ones sell out,
On day
then I
one.
need to start producing more and going beyond my audience. I'm going to start to do the copy and like the videos for that once I have everything in, which should be within this week.
but you know what? Too, Nikisha, think about
Mhm.
the whole referral. Like, tell a friend.
Yeah, affiliates, the referrals. Let your readers, because it will probably be difficult to advertise this.
Right.
Maybe give them a coupon or think of different schemes to encourage readers to
Yeah.
share.
Because you could build a whole thing on
Like your own Mary
referrals.
Kay army.
Mary Kay.
Mary Kay, but a Bob
The
K.
Bob.
The Bob. I am looking at I'm just so I'm the oldest one, but I feel like I'm too young for this. Like I feel like I'm not sure, but I want to be ready. Wrong. Just with a
Hopefully,
gospel song.
hopefully by the time this episode goes out, because I'll put the link in show notes. Hopefully by the time this episode goes out, this product will be unavailable because it will be sold out. But you can see what Cerise is kicking about.
Yes.
And you'll have more for
I
sale.
was about to say, you're going to have a waiting list, honey. What are you talking about? A waiting list.
I hope so.
It looks good on here, y'all.
Back order.
Confused,
Notify when
which is a
back
good
in
thing.
stock. Get that app on Shopify.
I'm confused, so that's a good thing. I have questions.
Alrighty, so we've done our goals. That is the end of our normal mastermind. Back to Ink and Magic. We're doing what did we read recently and loved, or watched and loved to close out our episode. Cerise, you are our celebrity guest. What have you read or watched and loved recently?
Okay, so I read Indigo by Beverly Jenkins every year. It is my favorite romance novel. And I just finished it. It's just, it's so good. Like every time. If you haven't read it, it's just
Delightful.
It's just absolutely the best. And it has one of the most memorable scenes of a man declaring his love in a church that you will ever read. So
Miss Bev is obviously a legend. So this is that wasn't her first book, but it was one of her first books, right?
Yeah, I think it was a Night Song or something was her
Night Song was the first, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Close.
It's my favorite, but you can't go wrong. I just downloaded one, like Something in the Storm. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm going to read them all. So,
Yay.
you guys.
Ines, what have you been writing, reading?
We talked recently about me rereading some Immortals After Dark because of the male voice that I'm. It's helpful for me to have Cressley Cole, certain heroes from Cressley Cole in my head as I'm writing some of my characters. That vibe is what I'm going for. So sometimes I will only listen to certain books, and I love audio. I love Robert Petkoff. But I had another idea come up, which will be next week's mastermind. And so I rewatched two things that did not hold up, and I'm very disappointed. So it's not that I'm loving it, but I watched it and I'm disappointed. I rewatched The Lake House.
Oh yeah,
Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock, and I'm like, why?
Oh
Why
no!
did y'all make this? Why? This
Oh.
makes
I need to go watch that now. That's on my favorite comfort list. What happened? Oh, you're not going to ruin it for me. I'm just like, oh right, I need to rewatch that.
They're writing letters to each other, and I mean, I understand for cinematography reasons they're talking over each other. Like, you can't. They're not having a text conversation. They're putting letters in that mailbox, and they're talking over each other with the responses.
Like the audio is literally on top of each other, so you can't understand it. Oh,
No, not so that you can understand it. It's like he asks a question, she answers it. How? When you're putting the letter in the box, you have to wait for her to go and get it.
well, they're just
to drive from the city to the lake to answer.
She's getting technical, y'all.
They're just manipulating time so it goes faster.
Cinematically,
Yeah.
yes,
But you don't like it.
Epistolarily, no. So I guess it become too. I don't know. It did. I was just like, this is, and also I didn't see why they fell in love with each other, and it happened like that. I'm like, no. I saw your fun and games, but the fun and games were not falling in love with each other. But I watched that, and then I watched Jupiter Ascending.
Ooh, why? We knew that was bad.
I don't remember it being bad.
Oh.
Don't remember it being bad.
Okay.
And I'm like, did I rearrange this movie in my mind? Because my memories make sense. My memories of this movie make complete sense.
That movie
and
doesn't make sense.
No.
And I'm like,
I couldn't get through 15 minutes. I was like, I cannot.
Ooh, I watched the whole thing, and I will never watch it again. So.
I think I rearranged that movie in my head.
Maybe so.
It makes complete sense in my head. I was like, let me watch this again. And I'm watching. I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't go there. Why did you put that there? And I'm seriously sitting on my couch.
That whole movie is why. Why? Why am I watching this? Why is she saying it like that? Why did it's Channing Tatum, right? I mean, it is. I mean, having watched Don't Blink or Blink, watched Blink, which is brilliant, and he's really great in it. I'm just like, wow, you can't, there's no accounting for those early days. He's just trying to make money. He's just trying to feed his family. So I'm not judging him, but I was just like, I mean, it's just the whole thing is why? Oh God, why?
Why did they spend millions of dollars, hundreds
millions? They could have, people.
The action sequences are gorgeous, but I'm telling you, my brain, unless that was a director's cut that I watched, my brain completely rearranged that movie.
I can't imagine there was a demand for a director's cut of that movie. I'm sorry. Wow, that was mean. I'm sorry. I'm not. I cannot imagine. Never mind. I retract my apology. I cannot imagine there was a demand.
It's known as a bad movie. I mean, I don't think that it's.
It might be a cult classic, but it's so bad it's good.
Yeah, it was the idea of what is it called? Progeneration, like seeding the earth. Like, that idea fascinates me, and that's why I was watching it, to just for that kernel of an idea. And I didn't even watch to the end. I was like, this is wrong. This is not how this movie is in my head. My version is better.
Okay. Something that's more I can't remember what you said. Epistolarily accurate is The Love Letter. It's a Hallmark movie with Jennifer Jason Leigh and
I think I've watched this.
Why am I forgetting his name? Oh my God.
It sounds familiar.
Campbell Scott. Oh my God. I'm a Campbell Scott fan. Like, what is happening, Cerise? Yeah, it's in terms of the letters, it is accurate in terms of the reactions and stuff. And I love it so much I've written a fanfic about it.
Ooh, nice.
Okay. It's on my list. I'm watching epistolary stuff right now.
Yeah, that's what you need to watch, because I'm not gonna let your lake house thing contaminate
Thank you.
Deep love of that movie. The other one that it's not letters, but The Truth About Cats and Dogs, which I ever is one of my favorite comfort.
That could be a rewatch. Sure.
Yeah, I want to see that again, because I remember whatever happened to Janine Garofalo.
She just was like middle finger up to the sky, probably.
I used to love her because I loved Reality Bites. Yeah. I would watch that over and over and over and over.
I remember really enjoying it when it came out. I'm an Ethan Hawke fan, to this day. Like, I would just, Ethan Hawke's in it. Like, I'm gonna go see that movie.
I probably should rewatch it because it's in the 90s and I need to be like
Oh
steeping
yeah, there you go.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if I could take this sort of slovenly angst. Like I'm just not there anymore.
Yeah. I was there
like,
when
I don't know what to do when I'm poor, but I haven't gone out and looked for a job unless I can be like editor of a newspaper. You know what I mean? And somebody's somehow paying for these cigarettes. Like especially now, like I can't.
It's a lot.
But I want you to go forth and watch it and let me know if it's safe.
Okay. I will do that. I have it on VHS, but I do have a VHS player somewhere.
Do you?
Wipe the dust off of that thing, see if it still works.
No, I am fully streaming all the time. I mean, even like I have a DVD. No, I used to have a DVD player. I have the DVDs. I'll just pay.
Oh no, I watch my DVDs. I just watched Punch Drunk Love on DVD. And
oh my gosh, I had that on DVD.
It's one of my favorite movies. And I hadn't seen it in such a long time, so I forgot a lot of stuff about it. And in some ways it holds up, in some ways it doesn't. So in some ways I still love it. I can see how movies like that influenced me very deeply. And yeah, something about it is brilliant. Something about it is very disturbing at the same time. So
I remember being disturbed. That's Adam Sandler, right?
Yeah.
I remember being and surprised at how like he went in on that.
Yeah, it was a fantastic performance. And yeah, something about it still grips me. The other thing I would say that I'm watching Matlock, the new TV show. I was on a plane and I downloaded it because remember last year at InkersCon, Theodora Taylor used the trailer for the new Matlock TV show featuring Kathy Bates in her presentation. I guess it took a long time to come out, but it's out. It's on Paramount Plus, which is how I saw it. I downloaded a bunch of episodes so I could watch it on the plane. I do not usually watch TV shows on the plane, but I was flying to Vancouver. I knew I had a long ride and I wasn't in the mood to read necessarily. Anyway, it's delightful. It's not exactly what I thought it was going to be, which is great. It surprised me. There's a little twist in the first episode and it's fun. So Matlock with Kathy Bates.
You were the second person this week who's telling, but they're watching the old Matlock. So
okay. Interesting.
Yes, relatively.
It's so funny because Poker Face, which I'm hoping is coming back for second season with Natasha Lyonne, is a revamp sort of Columbo in spirit. And then this Matlock, and I don't think I ever watched the original Matlock, but and it doesn't really have anything to do with it other than the name and her referencing it. But yeah, there's like nostalgia. We're all in this nostalgia period, so why not?
So funny. I was never into like solve the crime stories. I don't know.
Murder, She Wrote. I was a big Murder, She Wrote fan as a kid.
Yeah, I wasn't. I'm still not.
Guys, yes, that is it. That is all. You did a very good job. Thank you very much for joining us. Sorry. And thank you guys at home listening to us. Please do let us know what you think. Let us know if you have a mastermind, if you're going to create one. Leave a comment for us on YouTube with your thoughts on this episode. You can share it with a friend who loves romance or who you might want a mastermind with. And please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify.
And you can always check out our book schedule on our website, inkandmagic.net. As we get towards the end of the Side Changeling series by Nalini Singh, you can read along with us and join in on the fun. And we will see you next time.
Bye, guys.